So let's welcome Toastmasters Chris, Master Master Chef Chennai, Master Chef Chennai, Toastmaster Chris.
Good morning. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I got back from work. It was a very tiring day. And I sat there on the couch where my spouse was also sitting. I asked him, how was today's food? I kind of made it different. I tried it seeing this YouTube video called Cooked, where they make eggs without eggs, where they make vegetable fish fry, which is actually without fish. And even before I could complete, he said, okay, okay. It was okay, okay. How many of you men have done this? And how many of you women face this situation? In fact, children are even worse. They end up saying, it was horrible, it was pathetic. And then sometimes they also add up saying, I wish I could have been born to my friend's mother. I was like, I holded you in my, I brought you up for 10 months, but they still don't have any emotion on that. But sometimes, to be honest, even I feel that I could have been born to their friend's mother, to kind of enjoy good food. That's how it was. I usually don't experiment much with food, and it has always not been a good journey for me. This experimentation with cooking, it started after I got married. So let's say it's experimentation with my spouse. And today's speech is going to be about the first dish that I kind of tried. I tried puli kolambu. For people who don't know what it means, it's gravy which has tamarind as a base. I tried that one. Now that I think of it, I imagine why I didn't go with sambar or asam or simple more kolambu. I chose to go with puli kolambu. I don't know what the basis was, but then I tried that. My colleague shared the recipe with me. I meticulously wrote it down. It was a daunting experience for me, but then I still tried to do it. I wanted to give a good go with the recipe. So the previous day, she told me, how many of you there? Two people. Okay, so you take 1.5 onions. She's very precise with the measurements. 1.5 onions, and you put 1.5 tomatoes, and all this. It went ahead. I noted down the recipe, and the next day I was all set to make the recipe. So she told me, you first pour oil and then you put the mustard and wait. You have to wait for it to crackle. I was that meticulously waiting. So after it crackled, I added the urad dal. And then she said the secret ingredients are very few, so I don't miss it. So she said you add curry leaves. So I then added curry leaves. And the next was the finely chopped onions, and it had to turn golden brown. So I had to put it on medium flame and keep frying it for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Towards the end, the onion itself was missing. I had to fry it that long. And after that, I added tomatoes. Same. I had to fry it until all the raw smell of tomatoes go away. I was not that new to kitchen, but then I had to keep, trying to scent if the raw smell of tomato was gone. I kept doing this, and then I added all the other ingredients. I simmered it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then she said, after that, you need to add two more ingredients that give a very good taste to your puli kolambu. She said, you need to add a little bit of jaggery and then a little bit of the fenugreek powder. So I made sure that I added everything, and then I tasted it. It turned out really well. I also shared it with my spouse. He said, yeah, this is really good. I think you've rocked the puli kolambu. So I took it to my office. Back then, it was not COVID. We have to go to office every single day. And we traveled there, and it was almost lunchtime. And I was waiting for my, the mentor there to taste this recipe and tell me how it was. She took a mouth. She didn't say it's terrible and all. Please don't think that I'm too bad at cooking. But then she said that something was missing. And she kept asking me, did you add this? Did you add that? And first she asked, how much tomato did you add? I told her exactly 1.5. I also kept the half in the fridge. I was that precise with the recipe. And then she asked, did you add tamarind, the puli in the puli kolambu? I was then thinking, I did not add puli. I did not add the tamarind itself, which was supposed to be the main ingredient. So this was my encounter with the puli kolambu, where I in fact missed to add the main ingredient. We kind of laughed over this incident, but it turns out that life is also sometimes like this, where we do things and we miss out the main ingredients. It happens in life every day. We go through things, we do our work, but sometimes we miss the main ingredients that happens. Now, not that I'm a master chef, let's not kid ourselves. I'm still trying to do better. I make sure that I don't miss the puli in the puli column anymore. I kind of go through the ingredient list wise and I've acquired this taste. So I make sure that I don't miss any of the ingredients. And also, this has been a good learning for me that or anything that we do comes with definitely side feedbacks or kicks like this. You miss something, but then you keep doing it. And towards the end, you succeed. Thank you.
So we had two speakers today. Our first speaker for today was Toastmaster Chris. And to evaluate her speech, we have the distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonal. So, Toastmaster Chris, your speech was all about food and experimentation with food. That's what you said. And all of us experiment with food. For somebody like me who doesn't know how to cook, I still experiment, but I experiment with my feedback so that I get food on my table for my next meal. Because if I don't give proper feedback, I know what's going to happen to whatever I get on the laid on the table for my next meal. So your speech was all about food, and you started your speech in a very well manner, which had like the build up for a certain event that was going to happen. So you talked about how your husband was least interested in what you were trying to cook, or what are the different things that you were trying to kind of get as far as food was concerned, and also the comment that your kid said that it would have been better if I was born in that house. Now, a lot of kids do that. Okay, when they go and eat at somebody else's place, they always find that the food there was better than what is cooked at home. Not only not only kids, even adults. Because as we say in Toastmasters, if you go and get an evaluation from outside the club, sometimes that evaluation sounds better because at the same club, you are listening to the same people all the time, so you feel that this is common. But if you go and get something from outside, that always looks better. So you bought that, built up that condition in a very good manner. And then when you talked about cooking that food, it was like listening to a talk show which said that what needs to go first, how it needs to cook, what are the ingredients that need to go in. So it was very kind of informative, I would say, to know how to cook that puri korable. Okay. And you had the twist in the tail towards the end when you said that you did everything, but you forgot to add the tamarind. Uh, so in a way, it was like an informative talk show ending with a humorous tone to say, how did I kind of miss the simple things in life? Which is also what we talked about today's theme. The difficult things first. Difficult things are not difficult, they are just simple things which we sometimes forget, or sometimes we say we'll do it to the last. So, all in all, it was a very good speech. Considering that you are a new Toastmaster and you are just setting out on your Toastmasters journey, it's a very good speech. It was a very informative speech. You were very confident in the way you spoke, and I could see that you had the subject well rehearsed, so you didn't have to kind of think on what I'm going to say next. The tone of your speech was also very good. A couple of improvements I would say is that the story that you had, you could make it a bit more entertaining to say how you went about the cooking, what made you select this dish, what was the reaction of people when they found out that there was no tamarind in the pulikorma. Okay, how did you manage to kind of correct it? Okay, and how did that influence your cooking journey going ahead? So if you can just add that kind of flavor to the dish, the speech would be even more better next time when you deliver it. But otherwise, the feedback that I have to give from the speech is excellent kind of usage of English, a good confidence in speaking, good eye contact. What you need to kind of do better is if you can just build the story more effectively, add more content to the story, that dish will be even more relishable next time we have it, or in this case, we hear it. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank